looking to join up with the rest of the squad here.
369 back on his patent Aatrox as well. It is, I believe TP, he's going to walk his way back top, so could have a first game here, Bloxer, in the series where bot lane stays put until ultimates really come online. Speaking of ultimates, there's Scream dropping the between world. Shanks does not get the Realm Warp out. Great flag and drag from Kanavi, and Cream grabs the first kill. Take a couple licks at Kyle and Hope. But with them standing tall and being safe, Kanavi really doesn't have ability to force this dragon. Cream can go invis over the wall. Shouldn't be able to disrupt this Drake take, though. Tarzan's going to smite that one home, and now TS are kind of getting pincered on, but they're going after Shanks again. He has flash, though. Gets out over the wall. Kanavi too low. Kyle going to flash after, but not enough damage with the Airy to find that kill. Going to go for the root onto Jackie Love. Can he get close enough to kill off Jackie Love? No, because Kyle goes down first. Flash forward, Bramble Smash. Yes, you do get Jackie Love, but boy, do you pay a high bounty for it in the name of Top Esports. Shanks trades out one, but it's feats of warfare and more gold for Top Esports.
TES, they get ability to survive at the moment, and especially because he knows he's got some friends on the way in as well. Kanavi and Hung gonna arrive right here, and this could potentially be a dive onto a half-health Shanks.
Oh, Tarzan, he's just barely out of position. I don't think Shanks gets this through. Yeah, the Between Worlds uses the edge and the Glacial Fissure knockup. That is such a crisp combo coming across here. And it's weird, right, Bloxer? Game 2, we talked a lot about how TES drafted a comp where they kind of have to settle their nerves early and play slow. AL are in a much similar spot by this point, and they are not doing that. Tarzan is just wickedly out of position, playing for a Scuttle Crab, and now he's just dead. And maybe set up Flandre to go next here. Cataclysm flash forward. Kanavi's going to chase through. The main on the back end of this fight, but Jackie Love can't get in with the threat of Kyle's Karma, but Kanavi doesn't care. He's just claiming flashes like trophies right now.
Yeah, everybody having to flash away, and that's going to open this Drake straight back up once again. Kanavi able to start this one up. At least he managed to get the push through from AL onto the mid lane. That's going to stop this from being quite so bad. You're not going to lose out onto quite as much gold as you would have otherwise. But Drake stacking was one of the good things that was happening for AL. Tarzan had good control over the objectives so far. That wasn't particularly close. I was slightly worried when it went through that Kanavi was gonna smite early, but he was holding on.
But diving a Rise is one thing, diving a Yorick is a whole other task. But Kanavi seems like he's up for the challenge. That's a canceled back with the flag. Gonna look to see if he can catch Flandre trying to get away from his tier 1 turret. The exhaust is really clutch here from Hong. There's the baby cage down. Flandre using some healing, but the knockup comes back through, and Cream is so ahead that he just elites Flandre. TES are monsters on the map, the way they're just finding dive after dive in this game 3.
Yeah. Flandre trying to use the Morning Mist to grab a couple of people and walk away, but some deep wards, and they're only really worried about 1 or 2 wards in their jungle, none of them particularly well positioned.
Herald down in the mid lane. We take a crack at another turret. No grubs, so there's not as much of a threat to burn it through, but the wave, yeah, they do just end up taking this mid-tier 1, and Cream is looking for more here, catching Tarzan out, just trying to take his wolves. The Realm Warp's going to...
such a chunk of damage.
This is part of the
problem.
Shanks just TP'd out, seeing Kanavi clearing a ward. That is how much aura Kanavi J4 has right now.
He's right as well. That's the worst thing, I think, is that Shanks is correct to do that, because he would have died. He would have given over another kill. Instead, it's just going to be Tower, it's going to be this Hextech Drake being picked up, and as AL, you have got to find a way back into this game right now, but what can you play around? Hope isn't in a decent spot. He's okay at the moment, but still, both him and Shanks are just slowly trying to stack their tiers up, right? They haven't really been able to fully get themselves towards those second items, not in the same way that even Jackie Love, who I'd say has had a pretty quiet game, he's 2 items completed already. And get a couple of picks here as AL. There is a ton of standing gold available to them to pull themselves back into this game and even ahead. But being able to find those picks, being able to step up far enough is going to be pretty risky. Atakan already below half HP.
Here we go. First real pressure point here for AL. Trying to stop this Octagon take. Nature's Grass goes down. Can Tarzan get a hero steal in? No, he can't even get in. But over the studs, he actually smites Octagon away from Kanavi. How much can TES get with kills to make sure Octagon isn't a huge lifeline? It's only one.
Wow. That's so rough right there. for TES. They do everything correctly. It felt like Cream was able to do a ton of damage too, but they just don't stop Tarzan from getting into the pit, and the fact he's able to steal that way is huge. 369 also caught out. Is he just dead?
He's in timeout on the plays. Oh no, they don't have enough damage. Flandra gets thrown the Cataclysm. Kanavi is under turret, but there's hope with the Mystic Shot to pick up the first kill. Kanavi's really low. Hog has to protect his own jungler, but he gives a double over to Hope. TES are starting to really flounder, and AS are going for the blow here to just knock them back into an even game. Stay with the flag and drag through for Kanavi. Jackie Love's finally here. Jackie Love trying to rescue this bird play as he flashes through two members of AS to shut down one, find himself a second. Jackie Love, vintage moment to rescue a bad play from TES. But it's Kareem that's going to be the final casualty here as Tarzan flashes forward with the phase rush to try and knock him down. Twist and advance forward. One Bramble smash. Flandra's play plays. There is the ace for AL. We've got a whole new game on our hands.
That's going to pick them up 6 quick kills, which is really, really cool to see. TES, I mean, it's a long set of plays, but it loses them out onto both the Atakan and now potentially onto a Dragon right here. Kanavi's still going to be dead for 4 more seconds. No hope of a Smite steal either. Teleport coming into the pit just to make sure this one is going to be secured. And AL, they show light.
No matter how that last fight went, Cream is still 2.5 items deep on this Aurora, level 15. And AL, they have to be really careful, especially Tarzan, who is still particularly squishy. This is a full AP Maokai. He gets engaged out with the flag and drag. Glacial Fissure comes across, and they pick off Tarzan first. Shanks will Realm Warp back out, but now they have no real engage tool and no peel to protect them for 369 with the World Ender, looking to be a series ender alongside Cream, who picks himself up the double kill. Hope, though, with a nice Mystic Shot, gets one back.
Yeah.
But the rest of this bottom lane can't get close enough for any more of these kills. It's way too dark in their own jungle.
The entire game so far, but it's still true for AL. They have no vision down towards the bottom side of the map. They can't afford to send members to really go and check it. So that is just going to be that sole point completed right here for TES. 5 minutes now until they can get themselves a Hextech Soul, and that would be huge for their teams in the LPL this split. Puts them in conversations for being able to win the entire thing, potentially. Baron going to be started up by TES. AL, they don't know this is happening, but they do know this is happening.
Yeah, and Flandra's going to TP, but it's too
so
late.
fast.
Tarzan, do you have another steal in you? No, he doesn't. Kanavi takes away the Baron, and now Tarzan is as good as dead. Between Worlds is going to get Cream back on the backline. Kyle has to flash back into the red buff pit, but Kanavi is flashing after Hope. That Ezreal, who was so big and bad in the last fight, is getting chased down, sectioned off, and cut down by Cream. And now TES have the wrap on the rest of the members of AL. It's all crumbling one by one, kill by kill, just like game 1. One Baron is all TES need to make a statement to the league. The BLG series was a wash. TES are still a top dog in Group Ascent.
Yeah, they keep themselves above everybody else right here, 6-1. They've had an incredible first round robin in this series, and the way that they've played has just been gorgeous. Like you said, all they need, one Baron, pick it up, run it straight on through. 31-minute game, pretty quick to end as well. AL, are they back? No, not yet.
And they've got a lot more